Oh, you're back.
Yeah. What happened?
Yeah. I think I hit the wrong button, and I saw a red light flash on the screen. I'm like, that's not good. I don't even know what that button is.
You know, and John, we were just saying, Sam looks so much better, smarter in glasses. He's still hitting the wrong buttons. Come on, buddy.
I prematurely called him CEO Sam. We might have to call him Intern Sam.
Very good. That's a good one.
Yeah. Devils Capitals tonight. Devils winning in exciting fashion yesterday.
Yeah, both teams, the Caps included, they were down 2 goals, came back and won it. And, you know, the Devils are really good this year, as we all are starting to observe. But they can still get snake bitten, either a hot goalie or just hitting the goalpost or not shooting quite accurately, as we saw against St. Louis. And they've been shut out, as you know, 4 times. But that doesn't concern me. You're in a playoff series, and so you get shut out 1, but you win the other 3. Or 4, excuse me. You win 4-1. So I think some of it is just a little overdone. Our team is really good, as you know, guys, but we're not like dominant where we can go out every night and just win regardless of the other team, because they want to win too.
Well, yeah, and Chico, I've been having this burning question for you after the loss against the St. Louis Blues, 3-0. Why are all these losses shutouts?
Well, you tell me.
Oh, I don't know.
I had no coach or nobody. Well, first of all, as a goalie, you're getting some breaks, and then you can see the Devils are a little frustrated. So you're pumped up. And Binnington's not like some rookie just trying to make his mark. I mean, he won a Stanley Cup, and he was in the pipes, right? And then, of course, when you go up 3-0 the way St. Louis did, or whoever it is, the one that bothers me, I get, but I'm happy for Mackenzie Blackwood, Mac Black, as you guys called him. The 1-0 win that San Jose laid on the Devils, that was tough. But the other ones, you know, you're just not going to score like you'd like to every night.
Yeah, what's personally concerning to me is I've been at 50% of those shutout losses. So I'm tired of seeing them in person, and I would like to stop that trend going forward.
So it's your fault. Yeah, I'm glad you admitted it, John.
It's also my fault because I was at those.
Sam was there, too. Sam was there,
both
too.
of you guys.
Tampa, if you remember Tampa, that was a debacle. You know, going all the way out there and get shutting out, and then nothing against the Blues.
So
but they're getting their chances, though.
Weeks.
Aren't they getting their chances, though?
Yeah, and you know, Luke Hughes said, flew back last night, and he said, you know, it's good at this time during the regular season to learn how to win different types of games. And like I say, the Devils are going to lose. They're not going to win from here on out. But they are a very good team. They got a great shot going into the playoffs. I know that's way down the road. But I always say to everybody, where are they absolutely weak? Okay, so sometimes they don't score. They're shut out. Power play's better this year. Forechecking's better. Rush, off the rush, is still just as good. They're animals and ferocious in front of their crease, which goalies really like. The goaltenders have been playing well. And the power play and penalty killing, it's been exceptional too. So, you know, John, I mean, yeah, you can pick apart a few things here and there, but it's probably good that the Devils don't win them all and go into the playoffs that way.
Yeah, you tend to learn more from a loss than you do from a win sometimes, which you need to have that. You need to have those lessons throughout the season. Plus, they're learning that adversity when you're talking about the playoffs, which, you know, are far off in the future at this point. But they're learning how to, play through these adverse situations to where if you're in a playoff series and you lose a game pretty badly, let's say game 2 or 3, you have to figure that out by tomorrow. Otherwise, you're going home early. So having a game like yesterday against the Red Wings and finding a way to win in a game that was really crazy, I think is a great learning experience for them. But even going back to that St. Louis Blues game, that first period was a dud, but then they dominated everywhere but on the goal tally sheet the rest of that game for the second and third period. They pretty much dominated. They just couldn't solve Binnington.
Well, and that was it. And they made, they didn't play their best game. Markstrom came off the post for a short side goal, although Pesce was cross-checked. That could have been a penalty. That's why Holloway was all alone. And then, I'm pretty honest, John. Then on the third goal, Markstrom made a blocker save, but it went straight up and came down in the crease. Normally, he's going to direct that. So the Devils weren't without making a few mistakes. But the biggest thing, no power play goals. Binnington was good. And the Devils, for whatever reason, they couldn't get to rebounds. It's hard to score in the National Hockey League, as we all know.
Yeah.
And the Devils aren't like a juggernaut where they're guaranteed 5 goals a night. So I think the adversity at this time of year is good. I just don't like, as you guys, that it happens at home. Do that on the road, but don't do it at home in front of our fans. But that you can't control that.
How about special
I'm going to be a little bit. I'm going to be a little bit more specific. Do it on the road when Sam and I are not going out there.
Yeah, and when
do
you
it
guys
on the road
are
when we're not like some game we're not taking all our time to go to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not going to Madison Square Garden on Monday. I can't risk that.
Oh, that's going to be great.
That's going to be a good one.
Like, I would ask you guys, how could the New York Rangers, all last year going into the playoffs, people were talking like they could win a cup. Now, I know a window of opportunity only opens for a while, and that window's starting to close on the Rangers. But how could they go from that to this year where not only they're losing, they're talking about blowing up the team? I don't know if that's true or just propaganda, but how could they be saying, well, we're going to trade Chuba, maybe Chris Kreider? If you do that, you're not going to win the cup. I really thought they would really keep everything in-house, right? And tell the guys, okay, we got like one more shot. We're doing everything we can this year to win the cup. Because if you start rebuilding now, well, that would be pretty disappointed to the players on the team as well as the fans. But the Rangers, they won today, as we know. But right now, they are in a world of hurt. And I think it's going to be pretty interesting Monday night when the Devils come to town because they're going to really have to find out who they are. And the Devils, on a nice roll, they're going to find out who they are too. So it should be interesting.
Yeah, I hope we go into MSG like we went into Florida. We went into the building of the current Stanley Cup champions, and we just took it to them. That's what I feel like we need to do against the Rangers. The Rangers may have gotten a spark today, though, from beating the Canadiens. I mean, there was I just saw a clip earlier. There's a big melee in front of Shesterkin's net today. And
not
something like
Shesterkin.
that.
No.
Oh.
What's his face played?
Just
The other
Quick?
goalie. Quick.
Johnny Quick?
played.
Okay, I thought it was Shesterkin. I didn't see the number on the back of the jersey. I was trying to figure it out for the pads. But either way, there was a melee in front of the net, and it looked like a madhouse at that point. And sometimes that's what a team needs. But I hope that they don't get it until after Monday, after we really demolish them, and then they decide to want to blow up the whole situation.
Well, you know what? I'm going to disagree a little bit, John. I hope they do push us because they did beat Montreal. Have you looked at the standings? Montreal is not a good team this year. I mean, they've got a few skilled guys. They're trying to, but they are not. And I thought, if they can't beat the Canadiens, and they almost didn't, they're not out of the woods, and they're still in a world of hurt. So I hope that they can be a big-time challenge to the Devils. But, of course, the Devils find a way to win. And, we're not forgetting about tonight's game, but the Devils have won some big games in Madison Square Garden. So, I think it's going to be a good show that on Monday night.
I'm actually enjoying all the chaos in the press about the New York Rangers. I mean, now I had a theory.
I know.
I had a theory, Chico. I'm thinking,
Here it comes. Here it comes.
Here's my conspiracy theory. I think somebody in the New York Rangers leaked all that out. For a variety of reasons. One, to I wouldn't say inspire the players, but to put the players on notice. But also to kind of find maybe the valuation of these players in a trade. Would teams be actually calling? Or do you think that was done?
No, I don't, Sam. Two reasons. First of all, if you're the GM of another team, now if you want to get fired, you'll give them one of your best players for Chris Kreider or Jacob Trouba. But do you really think either of those players are going to be sought after by a team that's building, that thinks they have a chance? Now, come trading deadline, maybe. But the other thing, to leak it like that, I've been in the dressing room. You keep that in-house. You make the people who you have think you guys are the ones that can do it. We're not going to start to look outside our team. I mean, when I started reading that, and I don't know if Kreider's lost it or Trouba, but you don't make it public, or whoever leaked it, I don't know. But it's not going to help the morale of the team. It hasn't. And so I don't think so, Sam. But you know, with the Rangers, such a big organization, you know, who anybody could have. I don't know how many people are involved on the inside. You know what I mean? You guys, like, it's just a different animal over there in New York than it is here. But if that was their goal, Sam, that they were going to try to shake those guys up by going public, their management's because that's not what players want to hear.
Yeah, that's definitely nothing that you want to hear as a player, because you want to have full backing of your front office, I would assume. But it's got to be. But that room's got to be so frustrated in there. Like, I can only imagine how frustrated that room must be. You know, with everything they've gone through, and like you said, they were a team that would probably they had a chance last year, like you said.
Yeah,
they were considered a contender, and all of a sudden this year they look like it's like night and day.
Yeah, and that's what you got to say. How did that happen? Because I know when I was with the Islanders back in the 70s, you know, we knew it was our one last shot, kind of like the Rangers. I mean, that window that's been open for the Rangers, at least for the fans thinking they can get a cup, that's going to close. Fortunately for the Devils, the window's wide open in the next 4 or 5 years, right?
Still opening as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, it could be dependent, but, you know, like I heard that Adam Fox, I think he's got 1 goal or no goals. He's not overachieving, and neither is Zibanejad. He got his 4th or 5th, and Trocheck. But for us, like Dougie Hamilton hammers one home last night, right?
Yep.
And Jack Hughes, under pressure, he makes an unbelievable shot, you know, to win it. But then the other guy, and you know who's really playing well? You got Luke Hughes. I am telling you, I don't think there is a stronger skater on the New Jersey Devils, when I say strong, strength, than Luke Hughes. I would say up and down. If you know, we used to say, you know, just go north-south, he would be the fastest guy on the team. Now, going east-west, you know, cross ice and stuff, no, his brother with his edges and Jesper Bratt. But I'm just saying, straight up, last night he blew away from a Detroit Red Wing that thought he could catch him and made a great toe drag. He's got one of the greatest toe drags, and he pulls it. If you watch, you guys, he pulls it in so tight to him. That is hard. And you know what I like about both Hughes, but Jack, he will say, like he said on our interview, no, I'm playing pretty well. He's not going to say, well, I haven't scored, I'm not playing. No, he is. He's playing well, doesn't have a goal, he's got some assists, but defensively, he just smothers opponents. So what I'm saying is Dougie, Luke starting to mature, Nico, what can you say about Nico? Like, he's one of the best captains in all of hockey. He really is. And then, you know what I just want to say here on your broadcast, because I'm watching on the plane, charter, I'm watching in the dressing room. Both Jack and Luke, they do get some special treatment. So did Bossy and Trottier, or maybe Patrick Elias. But you know what they get? They say, okay, we know we're getting special treatment. We are going to make sure within our group, we really draw them in. We're really a part of them. Do you know what I mean? Like, they're not, in the group, they're not separating themselves as being privileged. Some other areas, you know, maybe, I don't know. But I just look at this group, and the top-end players are not like self-centered to the point where other players are saying, oh, look at him. He thinks he's special. He gets special attention from this or that. No. Jack and Luke's greatest goal this year is to simply be part of a great New Jersey Devils team. It's not Luke's team, it's not Jack's team, it's not Nico's team. If they're going to win, nobody is bigger than their teammate, and that's what they were saying. You know, they look around in the dressing room, they're beating teams, and they're saying, boy, that guy really backed me up. That guy goes the extra mile for the team, you know, or for me. You know, like last night, Brendan Dillon backed up Pesce, who fell in the neutral zone, and he shut the play down. That's the kind of backing up and protecting each other that, you know, pulls you together. So besides all the hockey part on the ice that we're witnessing, that room and that, if you could have heard the plane last night, they were playing cards, and were they having a good time because they were down 2-0, and it was a real challenge all night, and they found a way to win. And like we always say, I say it, you can bend, and every team does. Nobody plays 60 minutes, and they dominate. You can bend, but don't just break, and they don't break.
Well, Chico.
And I was going to say about last night's game. One of the things I noticed at the very end in Devils teams of the past couple of years, with the pressure Detroit was putting on, at the empty net situation, up an extra man, the Devils were able to hold that defensive play down and to keep that puck out of the net. And I feel like Devils teams in the last couple of years would have broken there and allowed that tying goal and allowed that overtime to happen. But last night, that's the one takeaway I had from that game was that last 2 minutes or so when they were playing with that empty net situation. Just defensively, they were so on point. They were bending, but they did not break. And that to me is showing the depth and the strength of this team versus the teams of the last couple of years. I was impressed by that last 2 minutes of play there at the end of the game.
Well, exactly, John. And people say, the Devils are better this year. And I'm thinking, well, and you know why? Well, it just didn't fall out of the air. There's like 7 new players, a new goalie. Hamilton was hurt last year. Luke Hughes have a year under his belt. Here's what the guys want. They want to get their names on the cup. Because you tell me on that Devils team now, even Paul Cotter, who came over, won a cup, didn't play, who is still trying to establish themselves? Nobody. They're all established. You know, Timo Meier, Nico Hischier, Jesper Bratt, they've established themselves. What's left? Getting your name etched on that Stanley Cup. Because I'm telling you, more than ever in hockey, players who play and are regulars going to make a lot of money. They're going to play in good teams and bad because you know how they shift around. But it's still going to be when your career's over, is your name on that cup? No, I never won a cup. Or yes. So you know what I mean? That's the driving force, and that's why this team is like no other. Obviously, maybe 95 or the 2000 team. They had a lot of similarities, but I don't even compare them to the last years because it's not fair. It's apples and oranges.
It is. It really is.
Chico, before you go, because we're up against the clock right now, you talk about team defense, the special teams, but how about that penalty kill, that 5-minute major that they killed off against, I think it was Nashville?
Great call. You see, that's why Timo Meier, like anybody who criticized Timo Meier, he wasn't disciplined. I'm saying, obviously, you never were in a competitive sport, a team physical sport. That guy plays hard. Last night, Maddie said to me on our broadcast, he says, how do you think Timo's going to play? His first shift, he tried to drill one of the Red Wings. He doesn't hold back. So if he stepped over the line, not that I think he did, because LaRue, the player, grabbed his stick and pulled it into him. So Timo's trying to get it loose. Yeah, he shouldn't do that. But as it turned out, Sammy, that was a great, in the room after looking at each other, wow, you know, you made some great moves. You did something. You did, like, they win as a team, and that 5 minutes, how many penalty killers? There had to be 8, 10. That's what Sheldon Keefe was saying. The problem with our penalty killers, I got so many that I can put out, and they all want to play. And that's a great problem to have, right? Where you've got too much of something, and they are just dying to get on the ice, whoever it is.
Yeah, I thought that whole sequence, and I've talked about on the podcast, Timo taking 1 game suspension, forfeit 1 game salary, but I think that's the best down payment investment for the entire team moving forward.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, Sammy. And, they wanted to back him up because I will tell you this. If there's one guy on the team that doesn't think they've ever stepped over the line, they're lying. They are lying because everybody, if you're competitive, if you don't, if you never get involved, okay, you can control everything. But everybody has. And I'll just end we were down in Florida, and you guys came down to Tampa and ruined a good 3 days, a good 3 games. I just have to say that. You ruined it. No, just kidding. But down there, I saw Peter Worrell. He is 6'7". Wow. I didn't realize how big. So I said, Peter, come here. We're talking. I said, do you remember the play when Scott Niedermayer, the most disciplined player, I can still remember it at the old Meadowlands? Peter, he says, yeah, I had my wing out a little bit. And he said, I kind of threw a little bit of an elbow. But he said that wasn't the problem. Niedermayer was playing with Kenny Danico. He said, I kept dumping it in Kenny's corner because I wanted to forecheck him and bang him around. But he said because Niedermayer was such a good skater, he'd go in Kenny's corner and get the puck. So he said I had to hit him about 3 or 4 times and use the body. So when I came in with the elbow, Nieder thought I was after him. But I still remember it. So Nieder stood there. I can see it with my eyes closed today. He stood there. Doc Emmerich and I are doing the game. And he looked at Peter, and he took the stick, went bang, cracked him. He got, what did he get, like a 10 games? 10 games. But I'm saying, everybody could say, that's so bad. Well, yeah, but have you been there? You know what I mean? I don't criticize anything if I've never been there, if I've never walked in those shoes. Don't think you would do it differently. You might, but you might not.
It was an accident. That's what I thought.
No, that was deliberate, and I could see it in his eyeballs because he's right down in front of it, and he just went like this. He looked at him, and I know Scotty's a great guy. Scotty's thinking, what am I going to do here? Should I hit him over the head or shouldn't I? Yeah, I think I will. Boom! It's beautiful because everybody can relate to that.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Yep. And so Scotty laughed about it, and Peter was laughing about nice guy. Peter Worrell, he works for the Florida Panthers. But so you're right, Sam. That 1 game suspension, especially winning last night. And how many goals did Timo get? How many did he get last night? You guys watching the game?
Oh, I was watching. I can't remember right now, though.
Well, he won. He got 2. He won.
He had 2. Okay.
No, he got 1. He got the one-timer.
I know he had the 1, yeah.
Right, which is what I'd like to see him do more. On that second power play, we need a one-timer. Like Stamkos or Ovechkin, who's not playing tonight, fortunately. Mm-hmm. But you know what I mean? Yeah. You need a one-timer on your power play sometimes, and Timo can supply that. He did last night. But, I just came by the Washington locker room to get here. And they're kicking the ball around. All the teams kick the ball around and try to, kick it to each other. They have a competition. They're fired up. Yep. Devils are fired up. So let's just not assume the Devils are going to win because they're necessarily the better team. The other team, the Washington Capitals, they're desperate to win tonight as well.
Agreed. They are. Same division. These are divisional points. So these points mean even more tonight.
We're up against the clock.
Well, they do. And I'm just got 2 minutes here. Yep. But the other thing is, guys, we love the fact that the Devils, are they overachieving? You could break it down, and some people would say, yeah, some people they know they're reaching the level they should. But let's be honest, the Washington Capitals, to me, they've had a terrific season. They got as many wins as we do and fewer losses. And to me, they're overachieving with Ovechkin out of the lineup. So, kudos to them. But hopefully tonight the Devils can sting them a little. But, the Devils, you have to do it on the ice, right?
Yep.
And then you talk about the good things on the podcast. Let's Go Devils podcast. That's what we want.
Especially Devils After Dark after the game. That's where we're going to be.
Exactly.
That's our post game. That's where it gets crazy in here.
Yeah, I bet it does, and I hope it does tonight.
Yep.
So good to see you, John.
Good to see you, Chico.
Always good to see the CEO. Is it the CEO or is he a
intern?
Or is he an intern tonight?
You know what? He's gone flawlessly since the beginning. So maybe he's no longer an intern. He's now a paid employee. Let's see what happens tomorrow.
Okay, well, congratulations, Sammy. You're making it, buddy. Good to see both of you, and let's go Devils. That's all I can say.
What's your prediction for tonight?
I don't have predictions because if you had said to me, was the referee going to miss that call 8 seconds in on Nico Hischier, I would have said, because I'll tell you, I asked some of the coaches, they said it was the worst call I'd ever seen because the St. Louis Blue player, his stick was that far off the ice. And he has to make an excuse. He said, Nico stepped on his stick. I've seen the replay. It wasn't on the ice. It was this far off. So, that's why I don't make a prediction.
Gotcha.
Charlie Lindgren, good friend from Minnesota, only lives an hour away from me. He's starting tonight. He's fired up. He's played some big games. And then, and they're finding ways. They got 2 power play goals last night. We got 3. So they got some of the same things going there that the Devils have here. So let's enjoy it, and everybody come back after the game on Let's Go Devils.
Thank you, Chico.
Thank you,
Thanks,
guys.
Chico.
Take care, boys and fans.
Yeah, you too, Chico.
Thank you. Chico Resch, everybody.
All right. Great friend of the podcast, Chico Resch, stopping by American Whiskey.
Hopefully,
awesome.
Hopefully he makes it back for the game. I mean, he gave us extra time.
Chico is a man of the people. Chico. I know Chico likes to talk to everyone he can. And thank you. Thank you to everyone for letting us get the interview. And I know sometimes we'll get interrupted, but everyone was patiently waiting, so we appreciate that. Chico, the man of the people, is going to be making his way back to the arena, hopefully on time. I think he shakes more hands than any president that I've seen in my lifetime.
I know. Everybody loves Chico. That's universal. Everybody loves Chico. I don't know anybody that doesn't like Chico. And if I do find that person, I'm just going to punch him in the face. That's all.
Yeah. That sounds like a pretty solid plan to me, Sam.
Well,
we got
I
a
see
ton of
some of these
predictions that have rolled
predictions.
in.
Yeah, but Steve Engel says 5-3 Devils. Wimpy says 6-4 Devils. Wimpy, thank you for the super chat.
Yes.
Trying to buy Chico a sausage. I don't know what that's all about. Survey says 5-3. Brooke Amanda says 5-3. AJ Visco, the law offices of AJ Visco. Get the compensation you deserve. Trip on a crack, inhaled some asbestos at Madison Square Garden. Call AJ Visco, attorneys at law. Max Petinoff says 6-3 Devils. You go ahead, Shorts, on the prediction.
I'm going to read. There's 2 more that came in. Select the Boys said 4-3 Devils, and Dave Singer said 6-3 Devils. And by the way, Whippy gave $5 for us to buy Chico a sausage sandwich, but just like what Chico eats. That's what he was talking about.
Yeah.
He wants you to buy Chico food.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Wow.
All right, so tonight the Devils are coming off that tough one last night. I was once again wrong. I am still 0 in whatever I've done for this season. So the last time that I saw the Devils play the Caps in person, it was a disastrous loss. I'm not going to predict the Devils to lose, but I am going to say the Devils are going to win a close one, 5-4 tonight against the Washington Capitals.
5-4. Max wants our attention, saying the Devils' power play is number 1 in the NHL right now. I'm telling you, special teams. I'm more of a penalty kill kind of guy, but I'll take it. PP1 and PP2 on the Devils are doing very well.
Agreed.
And
got a couple more predictions before you throw yours in there.
says it's a down payment on a sausage. I don't know what that's all about. It sounds like it has nothing to do with premium sausages. But anyway. Evan says 3-1 Devils. Oh, my goodness. Yes, the originator of Beefalytics. 6-4 Devils. Evan and Jay says 3-2 Devils. Brooke Amanda, thank you for the super chat.
Woo!
Yes. It's Jonathan. Chico's always hungry, says Dave Singer. No Tatar today, unfortunately, says Flit the Boy. All right, my prediction.
Let's hear it.
You got a power play. That's hot. You got a penalty kill. That's hot. You got an Ovechkin-less Washington Capitals, little gritty, all that. I think it's going to be kind of like a Gordie Howe hat trick type of night where you're going to get goals, assists, and fights. 7-2 Devils. 7-2 Devils. That's my prediction.
7-2. 7-2. I'll take a 7-2 victory. I'll take any victory tonight against the Washington Capitals.
On a Saturday night. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
And then you go back to American Whiskey after the game. You watch Sam and Scotty of SiriusXM Liquid Metal do Devils After Dark live in person.
Absolutely.
Have some fun with that. And,
could there be a football call because the helmet's in the building?
Well, then there has to be a football call. And I can tell you that if there's a football call tonight, you know who's the happiest person in the world?
Who's that?
Mrs. Wu, because you're not doing it at home.
Oh, don't worry. I'll make sure that she hears the replay when I come home.
Oh, that's fine. She can hear the replay, but she's not going to hear it live from upstairs.
We still have people here at American Whiskey. That's the bar cam right now. Yes, at American Whiskey. Still going strong as people are leaving for the game, not leaving the show, but leaving for the game, as the game is the headliner here.
Yeah, it's 20 minutes before puck drop. Got to get in there.
At American Whiskey. Well, we want to thank Chico Resch for stopping by.
Oh, absolutely.
I want to thank the bartenders here at American Whiskey, Z. Also, we got Valentino, Valentina. Also, want to thank all the fans tuning in, those that visit us tonight. Thank you for the super chats. Everybody, Brooke Amanda, Wimpy. Did I miss anybody?
No, those are the only two tonight.
Okay, well.
But thank you to them, and thank you to everybody for tuning in and listening, like you said.
Yep.
For checking you out live, and once again, thanks to Chico for being now at this point the most interviewed person on the history of the Let's Go Devils podcast.
Absolutely. Also want to thank Vinny Parisi as well, just because he's somewhere.
On assignment.
On assignment somewhere. Just like you, Shorts Guy. On assignment somewhere.
On assignment.
In a beautiful
somewhere down the cold New Jersey shore.
Yep. All right, we're going to get out of here. Devils Caps tonight. We'll be after the game here at American Whiskey for Devils After Dark. Scotty of SiriusXM, Liquid Metal, and I will recap the game that was. Till next time, let's go Devils.